You are on the channel ReWatch. Today, I'll tell you about the movie from 2017 called Baywatch.
Do you just look at my boobs?
Now I did.
Testing. Oh, failed.
Mitch Buchanan was practically a Superman on this beach. Well, not Superman, but exceptionally effective in his job. Working as a lifeguard, he saved hundreds of lives and had no intention of stopping. When he noticed a guy falling off a board and hitting his head on the rocks, Mitch fearlessly rushed into the water and pulled him to shore. During his beach patrol, he saw a kid holding a packet of illegal substances and confiscated it. Mitch realized there was a stash nearby where drug dealers kept their supplies. Depriving the kid of joy, Mitch noticed one of Victoria Lee's associates behaving arrogantly on the beach, and Mitch had to confront him. Victoria recently became the owner of the Huntley Club and actively acquired real estate on the beach. Meanwhile, Ronnie and Dave were hanging out nearby. Ronnie has a crush on CJ Parker, a lifeguard. He tried several times to pass the audition and join them, but it didn't work out. However, Ronnie is sure that this year he will definitely succeed. The beauty Summer Quinn arrives for the same audition and meets another lifeguard candidate, Matt Brody. Although Brody has no intention of taking the exam, being an Olympic swimming champion, he was placed here through connections. He has to serve a sentence as ordered by the court and perform community service. However, Mitch immediately rejects this arrogant swimmer, leading to an unpleasant conversation with the boss. Captain Don Thorpe insisted on hiring Matt, and Mitch agreed, but Brody had to undergo the test along with everyone else. Ronnie's day didn't start well. At first, he couldn't talk to CJ, and then, trying to greet her, he choked, and CJ had to save him. She enjoyed it so much that Ronnie's mood improved. He tried to hide his belongings, got stuck in a beach chair, and Mitch had to pull him out. But by the end of the day, everything worked out. Ronnie passed all the obstacle course tests, and he was finally accepted into the lifeguards. Summer was also accepted, but Brody didn't even try to participate in the selection. Then, Mitch proposed individual strength and endurance competitions for him. Matt lost, but he got a chance to prove himself when children and their mother fell into the water. Matt rushed to help, but the problem was that he was more of a hindrance than a help. The lifeguards, led by Mitch, rescued the people from the water. Despite this, Brody was hired. After the selection, Victoria arrived and invited them to her club for a party. The next day, the training of the newcomers for the lifeguard activities began. They swam a lot, trained with dummies, and admired Summer's figure. At least, that's what Matt did.
See something you like?
Jesus Christ.
While the lifeguards were busy with their rescue work, Victoria Lips talked with her advisor, Rodriguez. He was supposed to persuade coastal property owners to sell their property to her. However, he failed, and Victoria ordered his execution. She likes to kill with creativity, so her people killed Rodriguez, left him on a yacht in the middle of the ocean, and set the yacht on fire. The beach lifeguards learned about the fire and immediately rushed to help. Mitch pulled two girls out of the fire and then risked his life to save Rodriguez. He didn't know that the advisor had been dead for a while. Brody also tried to help, but ended up needing rescue himself. When the police arrived to take away Rodriguez's body, Matt noticed expensive watches on his wrists, the same ones Victoria gave to Frankie. During lunch, Brody learns that the lifeguards don't just rescue people from the water and prevent sunburns, they also conduct investigations. Mitch and his team replaced the police, Coast Guard, and various other agencies on the beach. Right now, he wants to find a connection between the death of Advisor Rodriguez, Victoria's appearance, and the discovered drugs. To do that, he needs to visit her club. Here, Mitch wants to find samples of illegal substances and compare them to those found on the beach. Meanwhile, Dave is working in Victoria's office. He helps her gather more information, but he demands too much money from property owner Chen for his assistance, which Victoria dislikes. When the lifeguards storm the club, Matt immediately starts drinking, and Mitch asks Ronnie to distract Victoria while he looks for drugs. Ronnie grabs everyone's attention and dances a lively dance for the club owner. CJ is impressed and can't take her eyes off him. Meanwhile, Mitch discovers suspicious barrels, which he believes contain drugs. Morning comes, and Dave, after taking several tranquilizers, sleeps like a log. Victoria's people put a wetsuit on him and poured meat inside to attract sharks. This way, no one would suspect foul play in Dave's death. Because Matt got drunk the night before and didn't cover for them, Mitch was angry with him.
Whoa! Shit, I didn't touch you. You dick.
In the morning, Brody apologized, and Matt gave him a second chance to make amends. They take Summer and sneak into the morgue where Rodriguez's body lies to learn the details of his death. At that moment, Frankie and his partner arrive at the morgue. They switch the coroner's report, which stated that Rodriguez died before the yacht fire. Mitch, Matt, and Summer hide in the refrigerator and record the switch on a camera phone, but they are noticed. The criminals take the phone and escape. They had to chase them, causing damage to the city infrastructure. Mitch was summoned by Thorpe, who reminded him that lifeguards are not police and cannot chase people like that, especially without evidence that Frankie and his partner committed crimes, since Frankie broke the phone used for recording. However, it went in one ear and out the other for Mitch. Leaving the office, he continued to track the drug dealers, leading him to Victoria's club. Thorpe found out about it and didn't want to hear about drugs or Victoria's involvement in the business. He simply fired Mitch and replaced him with Matt Brody. Thorpe now has more trouble without Mitch, especially since they just pulled Dave's body out of the water, attacked by sharks. Mitch handed the keys to the lifeguard tower to Matt and retired. Mitch's predecessor and mentor learned about his dismissal and couldn't let it happen. As the new head, Matt noticed a marauder on the beach stealing bags. Matt caught him and took the cooler bag he was using. With this bag, he came to the station and took over Dave's case. The photos showed signs of knife wounds. Matt asked for help from Summer and Ronnie, and together, they learned what Dave was doing for Victoria. It turns out, she bought the nightclub to use it as a cover for drug trafficking. However, Victoria is not particularly concerned about the illegal substances. It's just a way to make extra money. She is more focused on buying all the real estate in the Bay, and so far, the only one refusing to sell is Chen. Matt wanted to warn him that he was in danger, but Chen had disappeared. Brody is convinced he's with Victoria, so they need to go to her. She's having a party on her yacht, which friends plan to attend. While the girls and Ronnie look for Chen, Matt dives underwater and finds a stash of drugs. He asks Summer to report it to Mitch through the radio. Then they find Chen. Victoria's people wanted to kill him, but he managed to escape. However, Brody falls into Victoria's hands. They tie him up and lock him on the yacht. Learning that Chen escaped, Victoria orders Matt to be put in a cage and thrown into the sea. As Brody prepares to become fish food, Summer appears and saves him. He even kisses her in a moment of passion, but then realizes that Mitch is in front of him. The strong man pulls him to the surface, and together they head towards Victoria. There, Mitch gets shot, but he remains unyielding and neutralizes the villain despite his injuries, all thanks to falling on a poisonous sea urchin, the venom of which gives strength and causes hallucinations. While CJ and Ronnie launch fireworks on Victoria's yacht, Mitch grabs one projectile and shoots it at the villain. They administered an antidote to Mitch, and he became a regular person again. Thorpe appeared to chase Mitch off the beach, but he himself was arrested for assisting criminals. He worked with Victoria. When it was all over, Ronnie and CJ started dating.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Oh my god, did you just look at my dick?
Summer and Matt were also together, and the lifeguards got a new boss.